हिंदुओं के संरक्षण के बारे में केंद्र सरकार ने सबसे सख्त कदम उठाना चाहिए। सिर्फ अकेले शेख हसीना का संरक्षण नहीं करना चाहिए, बांग्लादेशी हिंदुओं का भी संरक्षण करने के लिए केंद्र सरकार ने बांग्लादेश इतना सा देश है, अगर हिंदुस्तान ने आग भी उठाया तो बांग्लादेश उठ के बैठ सकता है।
मोदी सरकार की कायराना, बुज़दिलाना और अंतर्राष्ट्रीय स्तर पर कमजोर पड़ना।
ममता बनर्जी एडमिचमेंट पॉलिटिक्स कर रहा है, तुष्टीकरण की राजनीति।
So, ladies and gentlemen, why can't Rahul Gandhi, why can't Mamata Banerjee speak for Hindus? Why can't they speak the word Hindus? H-I-N-D-U-S. What is the problem? A very good evening. That's the question we will ask. Let's also bring up images that have come to us from Bangladesh. Now, remember, Bangladesh is a story that has been discussed, reported for the last many days here. The Congress took the longest time to finally accept that, yes, there is an issue and we must speak about it. When they spoke, they decided not to speak about Hindus. Again, H-I-N-D-U-S was missing from that statement. They say religious minorities. Mamata Banerjee also finally decided to speak up. And when she also speaks, she does not speak about Hindus. No H-I-N-D-U-S. You're wondering why? Is this because these are political parties and these are netas who believe that the moment they start speaking for Hindus, the moment they start speaking the word Hindus, the Muslims, that is their vote bank, will continue to get alienated, will get perhaps very angry, and that is why Mamata Banerjee, Rahul Gandhi will continue to lose their votes? Otherwise, what explains the fact that you have Hindu homes that are targeted, you have Hindus that are getting killed in Bangladesh, you have Hindu temples that have been under attack, Bangladesh is burning? But Mamata Banerjee refuses to say the word Hindus, much like Rahul Gandhi. So this is a similarity between both of them. Where is Uddhav Thackeray today? Does he not believe that in spite of whatever he's, really suffered at the hands of the electorate in Maharashtra, he needs a course correction, he needs to start speaking about Hindus? They don't. Instead, what Mamata Banerjee today has done, has dragged in Prime Minister Modi. Now she says that Narendra Modi must intervene in what's happening in Bangladesh. Yes, we all think he must. And maybe, who knows, the government might be wanting to do this. But why is Mamata Banerjee today wanting to do this? Is this really because she cares for the Hindus, or there is a larger divisive plot here? And then, before I forget, we have to speak about Mehbooba Mufti. The same Mehbooba Mufti who's been taught a lesson at the hustings by the electorate, because Mehbooba Mufti sees absolutely no difference between India and Bangladesh. No difference. She says, ek jaise hi hain. Bharat aur Bangladesh mein koi antar nahi. Let's quickly get you our top 5 questions at 5, because these questions will expose the hypocrisy of where do political parties stand and why their entire clarion call of katenge to batenge has kind of dented the opposition that nothing else has. And that is the reason why they have not been able to recover. Rahul Gandhi, Mamata Banerjee, Mehbooba Mufti. What is common amongst all of them? Why are they all scared? Every one of them, all these leaders are scared to just say the word Hindus. They cannot say that it's the Hindus that have been targeted, Hindu homes have been targeted, Hindu temples have been under the attack. Why is there so much of a hatred for the word Hindus? This brings us to our next question now, that's going to go up on your screens. If the opposition only and only concerned about their vote bank, what is their vote bank? Muslims. So don't talk about Hindus, because Musalman नाराज हो जाएगा. Musalman नाराज हो गया तो हमारे वोट चले जाएंगे. Is that the only sequence? Is that the, only thing that matters to all these leaders? This brings us to our next question now, that's going to go up on your screens. Do Hindu lives not matter? Do Hindu lives absolutely not matter for Rahul Gandhi, Mamata Banerjee and Uddhav Thackeray? And I'm not even talking about Mehbooba Mufti anymore, because Mehbooba Mufti time and again has told us where does her allegiance lie. And if Hindu lives do not matter, Are all these netas who've given up the Hindu vote only and only today dependent on the M factor, the Musalman factor? This brings us to our next question now, that's again up on our screens. Does Bangladesh again prove why batenge to katenge is the need of the hour? People might have called this communal. People said, dekhiye Yogi Adityanath kaisi bhasha ka prayog kar rahe. Look at Prime Minister Modi, look at the RSS chief. They are communal. They want to divide us. They want to do 80-20 ki rajniti. But this really tells us why it is important for us to stay united. Whether you're here in the country, you're anywhere else, because Hindu phobia, ladies and gentlemen, is real, especially of these political parties. And the next question now, that's right there on your screens. If Mamata Banerjee today wants us to believe that when she speaks for what's been happening in Bangladesh, and she really feels for the Hindus, she is really concerned, will she say that I support CAA? Will she say that? Because she has been vociferously going against this. She had said, I will not let CAA be a reality, not even over my dead body. So where does Mamata Banerjee and her misplaced priorities, and who's really playing politics when it comes to Hindu lives? Because Hindu lives, like we always say, perhaps does not matter. Let's say good evening also to our panel of guests. Joining us, we have Priyanka Tibrewal, who represents the BJP. Barrister Kabir Shankar Bose is a political analyst on the show. We have Sushil Pandit, a noted activist. Dr. Nikul Patel is representing the Congress. Advocate Anmol Pawar represents the Aam Aadmi Party, and Tausif Ahmed Khan is a lawyer and a political analyst. He leans towards the Trinamool. Tausif, let's begin by asking you that Mamata Banerjee has said so much. Finally, she has spoken up to what's happened in Bangladesh. But why could she not say Hindus? Hindus. Is that such a problem?
No, I think it is mistaken to say that Mamata Banerjee has finally spoken up. Mamata Banerjee has spoken up on this issue previously as well. And she has very rightly reminded that being a chief minister of only one state of West Bengal, it is not right for her then to speak on this issue. And she demanded then that the foreign minister must pass a comment, must make a statement in the House of the Parliament. Even today she has reiterated that if Prime Minister
that is nice.
himself
That is nice, Tausif. All that I'm asking is that in this entire statement, can you show me where she says Hindus? Because I couldn't read this.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Exactly my point. It does not matter, Tausif. It does not matter. Can you tell me why Hindu lives not matter? Why do Hindu lives not matter? Why do you say it does not matter?
No. I think you are getting confused.
Oh yes.
When you're are you talking about Bangladeshi minorities, the foreign nationals, or are you talking about Indians? Who are you talking about?
Very nice. Very nice. I think people have understood, Tausif. People have understood that this is nothing. I wouldn't even say this is soft Hindutva anymore. You know, Nikul, you face the same problem. Rahul Gandhi says not a word. The Congress put out a statement, but again you do not say the word Hindus. Nikul? So there is a similarity between Rahul Gandhi and Mamata Banerjee right here, Nikul?
It's a demand by Mamata Banerjee.
See, I am a Hindu. I strongly believe in every respect and rituals of Hindu. We all believe that everyone in the country is respecting Hindu, even it is Congress or any party. And people who are voting for us is
so why
also
does your statement not say Hindus? It said religious minorities.
See, now when it comes to Bangladesh, if you see, over there, temples are being destroyed, Hindus are being affected, and we are consistently speaking about them, and we are asking our Honorable Prime Minister to intervene from the day one. But we know that if so, our Prime Minister is about concern of the state thing, then he might have intervened, but we are not finding such thing. So rather criticizing about some words, we are interested in injustice done to the people of the country.
No, you are interested in politics, Nikul. Let's call a spade a spade. Sushil, isn't that the point?
Politics.
Isn't that the point, Sushil, that these parties are only interested in politics? Rahul Gandhi, Mamata Banerjee, Uddhav Thackeray, and look at what Mehbooba Mufti is saying. She's saying there is no difference between Bangladesh and India, Sushil.
Absolutely. And you must remember when Tausif says Mamata thinks that she is only a chief minister of a state and it is not her remit, I must remind you the 21st of July earlier this year, she said the students who are protesting in Bangladesh against the regime, if need to be evacuated, are welcome in West Bengal.
Yes.
She wanted to throw open the borders of West Bengal when it is not her remit to decide as to who enters India and who doesn't. And now she says that it is not my remit to talk about these things. So these are double standards. At that time, she was concerned about the rioters on the street who wanted to bring the government down. And right now, Hindus who are being targeted by the state, who are being targeted by the radicals, who are being targeted by the jihadis, their women are not safe, their homes and businesses are not safe, their life itself is not safe.
Correct.
And she is reluctant to even open her mouth.
What you're telling is
This is what is happening. These are double standards.
No, Tauseef, why are you getting so rattled? You know, why are you getting so rattled? The point is, Hindus come under attack anywhere. You people not say a word. The moment the minorities, you say minorities are not safe here in the country. Anmol, before I get in, both Barrister Kabir Shankar Bose and Priyanka, who've been patiently waiting, Anmol, do you agree with the stance that Mamata Banerjee takes? Do you agree with the fact that she's, finding it so difficult just to say the H word, the word Hindu? Is that so difficult?
Deepti, I think at this point of time, it must be a priority to save the Hindus in Bangladesh. I think it's high time that the central government must assert its influence and engage with the Bangladeshi authorities, because India cannot afford to remain silent in the face of atrocities which are being faced by the Hindus in Bangladesh. In fact, our leader, Mr. Raghav Chadha, he called for a discussion in the Parliament House and called for a suspension of 0 hour. So that we can collectively discuss and deny these atrocities perpetrated on them.
No, so why can't Rahul Gandhi, why can't people like Rahul Gandhi and Mamata Banerjee accept the fact that Hindus can also be victims and Hindus are victims here?
I think we must all collectively denounce these atrocities, these persecutions which are happening. But I'm more concerned about the lack of proactive diplomacy on behalf of the Indian government.
Okay. What do you want them to do? Good point. What do you want them to do, Anmol? What do you want them to do?
कहा गई जिससे चाइना थर-थर कांपता है।
अरे बताइए ना क्या करें? बताइए, सजेशन तो दीजिए ना। आपका फोकस दिल्ली चुनावों पर है, रेवड़ी पर चर्चा करते हैं, लॉ एंड ऑर्डर की बात करते हैं। अब टेल मी अनमोल, व्हाट डू यू वांट द गवर्नमेंट टू डू एंड फॉर हाउ लॉन्ग विल यू सपोर्ट द गवर्नमेंट? Should the government intervene and do something like was done in 1971? Because तब आप लोग कहेंगे प्रूफ दिखाइए।
दीप्ति जी, ये समझना बहुत मुश्किल है कि जिनकी लाल आंख से चाइना थर-थर कांपता है, जो रशिया यूक्रेन का,
अरे ये लाल आंख अब राहुल गांधी और ममता बनर्जी को भी तो दिखाइए ना। हिंदू वोट तो आपके लिए भी जरूरी है ना अनमोल, हिंदू वोट आपके लिए भी जरूरी है। राहुल गांधी ममता बनर्जी के लिए शायद उतना जरूरी नहीं है जितना आपके लिए जरूरी है। बट Priyanka, the opposition today is saying, why is the government not intervening? Now the BJP has been holding protest. You've been vociferously saying why this is a fit case again for batenge to katenge. But what more, Priyanka? I mean, there needs to be something substantial that really comes out of this.
See, this is nothing for which they are trying to do politics over here, because the first question which you correctly spoke was why the word Hindu is not coming out of their mouth. See, these were the people who were saying kaka chichi, kaka chichi. They did not understand CA, rather they did not want the people to understand CA. What were we saying there? This was the same thing which we were mentioning there, that people who are being persecuted on religious grounds, they are welcome in India. So that is what we were saying, but then they didn't want them. And today also, just because of the vote bank, they are not even uttering the word Hindu. Now, what is stopping them to do that? This is the question. And especially people like Mamata Banerjee should not even open her mouth. I tell you why, because she is the one who has regularized illegal migrants in West Bengal because of vote bank politics. Now, what more is she talking about the Hindus being persecuted in Bangladesh? What is happening in West Bengal? Murshidabad, only this month, 15 days back, there was a riot over there. Houses and temples were burnt, vandalized, ransacked. What did the government and the police do? They showed no indifference. Why? Because This suits them. This suits them because there is a particular vote bank for which this government is there in power. So she would the Hindus in Bengal, forget Bangladesh. She would never mention the word Hindus. I write it in a piece of paper. The other day also she said all are humans. Of course we all know all are humans. But we are talking about the Hindus who are in minority in Bangladesh and who are being tortured. But leave apart that, as I again mentioned, there are few districts in Bengal where Hindus are being treated as minorities.
Priyanka, you've touched a lot of significant points, and before I let Tausif respond to this, now Barrister Kabir Shankar Bose, there must be some reason. Why Mamata Banerjee finally speaks up. She takes a long time to realize that, we'll have to, break our silence. When she does, look at such a carefully crafted statements where she obliterates the fact that it's the Hindus that are getting targeted. Now, is this the only way that she can keep her vote bank, the minorities, happy? What about us? What about nation first? What about the country first?
She doesn't have that. It's only about her vote bank. It's only about her CM's chair. Just to respond to what Advocate Anmol said, in Delhi, the MEA has been very active. There have been very strong statements by the Ministry of External Affairs on what's going on in Bangladesh. Of course, the Aam Aadmi Party cannot expect that they'll be called to, sit in the diplomatic meetings which go on. But I feel that the government of India has taken up the issue and they're doing whatever is needed through diplomatic channels. Coming back to West Bengal, yesterday itself, one of Mamata's MPs, Gandhi Banerjee from Sirampur, he's made a very communal statement. He said on the Waqf issue that, wherever someone reads the namaz, that can be declared a Waqf. What is going on in Bengal only is about the Muslim vote bank and the vote bank politics. There has been no condemnation by the Chief Minister or her party. So Mamata making a statement like this, perhaps she has 26 in mind. She's trying to balance it out. The Muslim reservation matter in Supreme Court that's going on now. There are protests across West Bengal, and you have to see how West Bengal state is defending that. They are not concerned about the Hindus. She's always been anti-Hindu, and she's doing this for her vote bank politics.
I think that's a good point that you make, Barrister Bose. Tausif, any thoughts on that? Have you pulled up Gandhi Banerjee, or as Mamata Banerjee said, listen, you should not be speaking like this, and you're not, you should not be saying what you're saying, or does she believe that whatever he has said is the right thing? कि जहां पर मुसलमान बैठ जाएगा, जहां पर वो प्रेयर इबादत करेंगे, वो वक़्फ़ की जमीन हो जाएगी. You agree with that?
You see, BJP has this habit of twisting and misinterpreting.
Has he said this or he hasn't?
No, I'm coming to that.
Yes.
Now, Barrister Bose, please do not interfere.
We'll let him respond, then you counter him. Yes.
The Barrister Bose was once very close to Mr. Gandhi Banerjee, and he knows very well what was the intention. The intention was that in relation to Waqf land, only in relation to Waqf land, it's a Supreme Court's observation. Supreme Court in the judgment has said that wherever in a Waqf land there are Namazi who have performed the namaz, then it becomes the mosque.
Okay.
And it will remain a mosque. That's a part of the judgment. Mr. Bose can look that up. Priyanka can look that up. And
see, I don't understand,
can look that up.
Whenever it comes to Muslim, Musalman, you will go to any lengths to defend yourself. Here, Sushil, is a classic case where they will tell us, look at the intention. Mehbooba Mufti can say that Bangladesh or India mein koi farak nahi hai. Oh, look at the intention. Mehbooba has a clean heart. That's what they would say, Sushil. Likewise for Mamata Banerjee, that look at her heart. I mean, she's a woman chief minister. Look at her heart. She has a clean, pure heart. Forget the fact that she cares about appeasement. Sushil?
She just doesn't let go of an opportunity to drag India's fair name where Bangladesh is besmirched in its reputation, in its bad reputation of targeting Hindus. There was a time when Bangladeshi state would either look the other way or pay lip service. This time, the difference is the state itself is targeting the Hindus instead of protecting them.
Correct.
Or instead of playing neutral, the arms of the state are unleashed on hapless and poor Hindus. This is the problem. And for response, and I do agree with some of these opposition representatives, not for the reasons that they are targeting our government. In this region, India is the only responsible power. The two countries that share border with Bangladesh are Myanmar and India.
Yes.
and you can't leave it to Myanmar. It is
Correct.
India that shares 95% of border with Bangladesh, and Hindus of Bangladesh are looking at India with hope. They are in despair. They are completely targeted, and today it is our responsibility as a nation to reach out to them in whichever manner possible.
Absolutely.
But we cannot hope to hear any reasonable statement from the opposition that is beholden to their Muslim
That is
vote.
the point. That is the point, Sushil. Priyanka, before I let you come in, Nikul, while I was walking into the studio, we saw some images that came in from this all-party meeting and, the entire India Alliance meeting. And the buzz is that Congress really wants to speak about the Adani issue, because for you, that is the number one issue. Forget everything else. Let's speak about the Adani issue. Otherwise, we will not let the parliament function. Do you think, if you have a discussion on Hindu lives, Hindu people, Hindu temples, our Hindu brothers and sisters also in Bangladesh, maybe as the LOP, Rahul Gandhi would be more enlightened to understand why Hindu lives should be equally important?
See, when we were in the power, Sri Lanka was in need of peacekeeping force, and Rajiv Gandhi had taken an initiative to establish the peace there. We have seen in Bangladesh, Sheikh Hasina government was destabilized by their own people, and now it is our concern that Hindus are not, we can say that, protected there. So it's now call of the government,
Nikul?
and we are continuously
Nikul,
approaching.
who's responsible for this targeting of Hindus in Bangladesh?
They're people, local people. Now
Which
it's our
people? Why can't
responsibility
you
to
name
protect
them?
their fundamental
Why can't you
rights.
name
And
them?
the country has what rightly said by the panelists that government should take an initiative. And
Why can't you name them? You can't say Hindus are victims. You cannot even tell me that who are the aggressors here.
You are taking the discussion on a wrong track.
Wrong track.
Is a different issue. That is a different.
Okay, I've run out of time, but I'll just give Priyanka 5 seconds. Priyanka, we are all on the wrong track. Wrong track.
Yeah, we're all on the wrong track.
Yes.
Be it the Congress, be it AAP, be it the Samajwadi Party, they all held hands in Kolkata. They stood together to show a game of power where they were doing what? Protesting against CAA. Now, why the CAA was important, the world is seeing and watching and understanding. But thanks to everybody, because they also, as opposition, believe कि करेगा तो मोदी ही. So they have this belief in Modi, and Modi will definitely do something, because we can see that opposition has that trust in Modi.
Okay, so I think it's important that the government also walks the talk, like Sushil said. We need to get down at the bottom of this and find out how we can secure our Hindu brothers and sisters in Bangladesh. And the hypocrisy of the opposition, well, that's a story we will continue to talk about every day. For the moment, Priyanka and all gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. We quickly head into a break.